Hey, it's Alex, your horror hound, and I just saw The Strangers Chapter 3, so you don't have to. No, essentially, I'm a fan of the second movie in the Strangers trilogy. That's where I officially land. I think the first one was okay. Um, but I've had a fun ride with this. The first Strangers movie, and I mean 2008's The Strangers, with Liv Tyler, directed by Brian Bertino, was a really important horror movie to me. My mom showed it to me very early on in my life and said it was just scariest movie other than Wrong Turn. Um, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with her on Wrong Turn, but I think The Strangers holds up and is super scary. And then I saw the Strangers was getting rebooted with a trilogy from Rennie Harlan, and I like Rennie Harlan. And then I was at New York Comic Con, and they said, go to the Strangers trilogy in discussion with Rennie Harlan. This was in October of 2023, mind you. And I did. I went to the Strangers in conversation with Rennie Harlan. And he was like, yeah, they came to me with a 250 page script. And he said, it's one giant story. We want to make it and just chop it up into three movies and release it like Kill Bill. It's one story, but if the audiences know it's one story that's chopped into three pieces, they'll just keep coming back. And so you really thought, wow, they have a huge, sprawling, massive story that there's also a lot of passion about that they really want to tell. And I think that tinted the way I viewed these movies because having that experience in New York Comic Con made me then go see the first one and think, oh, that's really disappointing that that was like a completely lifeless, lazy remake of the first one. But that's just setting up the second and third one that's where they really want to do what they want to do with the Strangers. And then the second one came out. I thought that actually really worked well on its own as like a chase slasher, a very unique experimental slasher movie where it's just a chase the entire time. It's the chase scene, but the entire movie. That's the Strangers chapter too. And I really dug that, but a lot of people hated it. I was at the world premiere at Austin in Fantastic Fest last year, and people were pissed with that movie. I thought it was just a fun time, but people were furious. Um, but I thought Madeline Pesh was good in it, and overall, I thought it just was a good chase slasher. I just didn't quite know why they had Richard Brake but wasn't doing anything with him. And that really started to like make me go, huh, I wonder what they're cooking with him in the second one because they weren't doing anything. And then really curious as to what they thought they were doing with revealing the identities of the baghead and the strangers, like that would matter or be a reveal. And then the fact that that is what this third movie builds up the paying off, and it's nothing. It's just it's something that, as somebody who defended the first one and liked the second one, genuinely liked it, I'm watching this third one scratching my head like, huh, who thought this was going to be satisfying to wait and release this as a third movie? If it was one big sprawling Kill Bill style slasher, yeah, it's just a girthy behemoth of a slasher that might be a good time. I don't like this at all as a third movie of a franchise or a third movie in a trilogy because it built up to a very normal, very traditional, very standard slasher finale. Not anything that was a surprise. And if you're gonna wait to do a third movie like that, it's really boring. I thought they were gonna make her like a stranger or something crazy, make it something nuts, and it's just like, no, yawn. Like it's exactly what you expect. And there's even times where it like does reveals in the third act, and it's like, is this even a reveal? Like you'd have to be brain dead to not know where that was going. Just just very disappointing that I kept thinking that it was gonna end up being smart, And then it did nothing with Richard Brake. That's not a spoiler to say because it didn't do anything interesting with him. It just never did anything interesting. And I kept thinking eventually they're going to have something up their sleeve. And I guess I'm just so disappointed that they never did. I'd give this movie like a 2.4 out of 5. I don't think it's horrible or anything, but it's by far the worst Strangers movie. And a very big disappointment to end this trilogy and leave me in a place where I don't know if I'd even defend anymore. And I would really like to see it as a whole because I just wonder if that would work because I don't even think it would. I just think this was a unfortunate swing and a miss. That's the type of thing us horror fans have these conversations about and then question what the like actual motive about was because I had that time in New York where they told me it was this and in reality it was just a shitty New Strangers trilogy all along. Maybe that's the joke they play on us, but as a horror fan, I can't help but keep coming back for more. And I know you'll probably do the same. So I hope you enjoyed The Strangers Chapter 3 more than me. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. God bless.